All right, today we're gonna be covering 2 simple steps to stop your dog from jumping, so stick around because it's gonna be super easy and you can do it on any dog. And it doesn't matter if you have a puppy or an older dog, these simple steps will work. The earlier you can start with your dog, the better. First, I'm gonna tell you what not to do when your dog is jumping. First of all, don't push your dog. Second of all, don't yell at your dog. And third of all, don't do the knee to the chest method. None of these methods are actually going to help your jumping behavior long term while preserving a good relationship with your dog, because they're going to actually degrade your relationship. So don't do any of these. We'll get to the simple steps. You should notice these simple steps starting to work very quickly once you begin to implement them. But remember, as with anything related to dogs and dog training, repetition and consistency are critical. If you decide to be inconsistent, sometimes letting your dog or your puppy jump up, this is super common with puppies. People think they're very cute. They jump up, we think that's cute, we start petting them. So if we're inconsistent, we let them jump up sometimes, but other times we decide we don't want them jumping up. It's gonna take longer to achieve our goal of our dog or puppy not jumping up long term. But if you're consistent and repetitious with your training protocols and these simple steps to stop the jumping, you'll see results very quickly. Something that can be useful for this method is going to be teaching your dog about leash pressure, which is teaching your dog to move with your leash, not against your leash. I've done a video about this and I'll leave the link in the description below so you can check it out and meet me in that video after you finish watching this one. All right, so the 2 simple steps we're gonna use are 1, have a line of communication between you and your dog. A leash is gonna be the most common thing that we use for this. And 2, teaching our dog alternative behaviors to the jumping. Now there are some pieces of training equipment that you'll find useful for this. One is gonna be a training collar, like a Fur Saver training collar. The second one will be a leash, and the third one will be a bait bag with some food rewards. This can be very handy. So I'll put some links in the description below to these pieces of equipment so you can find them and implement them in your training. In this example, I come home, the dog is jumping up, getting super excited. I ignore the dog, I go straight for the leash that I've got set up for my arrival. Then I grab the dog's collar that's already on its neck that I left on their neck. Now I have my line of communication that I can easily communicate with the dog and help to use my line of communication to keep them from jumping on me. Then my focus is going to be rewarding the alternative behavior, the desired behavior, which I'm focused on all 4 paws on the ground. Sitting and downing are just bonuses, alternative behaviors, right? So I continue to reward. I notice the dog is calming down, the dog's not jumping up anymore, so I'm going to take the leash off. Once I take the leash off, I'm looking for preservation of the alternative behavior and no more jumping. So I take the leash off. Next scenario, I come in the house. I've been working on this for a while, and now the dog did jump once, but it's going straight to its alternative behaviors, which is going to be sitting, downing, or just keeping all 4 paws on the ground. So I can reward that with food rewards, with physical contact. You can tell the dog is excited, but it is holding itself back from jumping, which just proves that over time, consistency, repetition are going to be our best friends. A difficult part of this process is teaching your friends, your family, your guests, your visitors, or other people that are around you about how to interact and deal with your dog when your dog's trying to jump. So I always like to tell people coming over to my house, if I have a jumping dog, I let them know ahead of time that I'm working on my jumping. You can say something like, hey, I'm working on my dog's jumping, so please, if they try to jump on you, just ignore them. I'm gonna handle them with the leash. And if they have all 4 paws on the ground, or if they sit, or if they down, then you can give them a little pet on the head if you want to. But if they try to jump on you again, just step away. I usually will tell people that I'm dealing with, whether it's my friends, family, guests, visitors, or people that I'm meeting out on the street with my dog, and I try to get them included in the training process if I can. So if I'm out in a public area, let's say I'm at a farmer's market, I have my dog with me, my dog's working on not jumping, I can ask those people, hey, step away for a second so I can get my dog to calm down, right? Getting them into that alternative behavior. I have my dog on a leash, and then once my dog's calm, now you can step forward and pet my dog as long as they stay, with their paws on the ground or sitting or whatever your alternative behavior is. So that's going to be very important to incorporate training and communicating to people around you on how to help you with your dog and their jumping. Now, one thing I do find useful, especially in the house, is teaching a place command. I'll do this when visitors come over or a delivery guy shows up, or if there's just something going on where I need to have my dog go to a specific location, I'll teach them that place command. So what I'll do is I'll drop a link in the description below of a couple videos that we've done on how to teach your dog a place command as well. That way you can implement that too if you want to. What you can expect if you're consistent with this is that your dog is going to start showing you the alternative behaviors that you're working on with them instead of jumping in the situations that they used to jump in. So as soon as you see this, you're on the right track. You know you're doing the right thing. Continue to maintain this behavior by providing a random reward to your dog. That could be something as simple as petting them, letting your visitor pet them, giving them a treat or a food reward, or letting them out the door if that's one of the things that you're doing. Just keep in mind, we want to randomly reward these behaviors long term to maintain them. And if you want to learn more about teaching your dog some alternative behaviors to jumping, check out this video right here about teaching your dog obedience, and I'll see you in that video.